decided one daily segment wasn't enough for Bill Bush and Bill's Thrills, so we turned it into a week-long podcast recap. Here's Bill's Thrills Rewrapped, sponsored by Acres Equipment on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
That's the thing that really bothers me.
What's bothering Bill today? The glasses are on.
Sometimes there might be at the very end. We might even go back in time at the very end. Better time. So this hit me earlier in the year during our ice out. It hit me on Ice Sunday, which was this last Sunday. It was cold. Wind was howling. It was I was up north, so it was snowing up there. It was brutal. Okay. Wind chill nightmare. The interactive gas pump. The stupid initiative of ridiculous information. Man versus pump.
Dropped a stupid in there, Sip.
You insert
what is going on right now?
You insert the card, I get it. As it's freezing cold and the wind chill's 20 below zero. Do you want a car wash? Got to press the button. Do you want a car wash? No, I don't. I want gas in my truck right now because it's freezing outside. Are you a rewards member? Are you a rewards member? You want to start at that? No. Skip. Do you have a Shell card? Do you want 5 cents off per gallon? No, skip. It's 20 below zero. I can't feel my hands. I want to pump gas. Do you want a 49-cent snow cone? No, I don't. I like to pump gas. It's freezing cold outside. Then the 6 gas choices. You want E60, you want E80, you want E90, you want super premium?
I don't even know what those are.
You want quad premium? What do you want? No, I want unleaded gas. I want unleaded gas. That's what I'd like to get.
Been there.
Oh,
my God.
That's a horrible feeling.
And then when you finally get gas going, the new thing now, all of a sudden, just get the living hit scared out of you because live TV pops on sometimes. And some guy starts doing the weather. All of a sudden, you're just like, what was that? And also there's some guy, hey, it's going to be cold outside. And his voice pops in. You're like, it just scares the living bejesus out of you. You jump. You just go nuts.
Who's the guy talking?
Who's this guy yelling at me? And
You're
out there by yourself.
And you jump every time.
You jump every time. It's every time. I'm just
never
like,
prepared for
hey,
it.
do you want a car wash? No, it's 20 below zero. I don't want a car wash. You rewards member. Oh, no. You want 5 cents off with the Shell card? No. You just skip, and then you're just trying to get gas to go, and it's so horrific.
100.
Where's the skip all button, Dad?
100.
Please.
Especially if you're having a bad day.
That's
all bad.
It's all bad. And you get out, and I'm telling you what, that is a bugaboo to me.
That's a good one.
I just want to pump gas.
That's a great one.
It's so
It's
cold.
diesel or it's unleaded.
Oh,
That's
The
it.
guy that
it.
comes
Two
on the
options.
screen freaks you out.
He freaks you out when he pops on. It's always it's a male voice and it's very deep and loud. And then today and you jump, you freak out because you're thinking someone's talking to you. I've answered the guy before. What? Who? What? I've talked to the guy.
Who goes there?
Who goes there?
Who goes there?
State your name.
Who goes there?
Some guy from 1011.
What is the deal with
back in the 1700s?
What's the deal with the
stuff?
gas choices too? I don't get the E
It's like
stuff.
all this stuff. You want E90? You want E40?
What? No.
Well, no. I
don't even know what it is.
No, I don't know what it is. I don't. I
what if
want
I put
gas.
that in my truck? Is it going to ruin it?
God. And then my favorite part is it still says unleaded gas. There hasn't been leaded gas in 60 years. So it says unleaded. We're aware of that one. We're aware of that one. They don't make leaded gas. That stopped like 1972. But it still says unleaded. I think, what? Yeah, I get it. Just gas.
That was priceless.
We have some response here.
Skip. Your hands are just,
Let me get my gloves real quick.
Yeah,
Frozen over here.
You get so mad. I just want gas in my truck. Like they did in 1974. Just give me some gas. God. I don't want a snow cone.
I don't know right now.
Not right now. I just want to get in my truck. I want to drive off.
When's this guy going to start talking?
It scares the living crap out of you.
gas.
It's a live screen. Who goes there?
State
your name.
State your name.
Back in the 1700s over here.
State your name.
Okay, we have some response. I hope we get the response. This wet blanket says standing and applauding for this segment today.
So good.
He says, when Bill hit the "Do you want a car wash?" I pulled my car over so I could stand and applaud today. He paused on the side of the road here. Sean in Omaha, I am dying. Nothing pisses me off more than wind going through you and dealing with pump shenanigans.
Oh, it's pump shenanigans.
100.
Kevin in Milwaukee, amen, Bill. Nothing left said. You got it. You nailed it there.
You did. It was funny.
Jake and Hickman says, this one hits home. I am so with you on this, Bill. I should be able to put my card in and get gas and shouldn't have to watch commercials. Perfect today, Bill. Thank you.
There's not all the places are like that, but there's enough.
There's
of them.
enough of, and most of them anymore. You still have several things to go through, and usually you always hit with a, do you want a car wash? Yeah. Do you have rewards? Yeah, skip, and you're just so mad. And when that voice comes on, here's the deal: is the voice. Voice. I swear to God, I think they sit inside of the gas station and they wait for you to turn around and then they press it. So the guy starts talking when you're just like you shoot right through Oh yeah.
Oh, I remember the first time. No, I'm not going to say the place. I could, Jake. You guys would know, but
everyone knows which place you're going to.
I heard it when I did it. When I heard it for the first time, it was the exact reaction you described. I was freaked out. Like you look around, like, oh, is somebody talking to me?
Yeah.
Who's talking?
State your name.
Who goes there? Another one. Kent says,
State your name.
Kent says, don't forget the zip code entry. Yeah.
Yeah,
some people make you do zip code.
Yeah.
My hands are frozen here.
That's
I can't
on the
type
card.
the right one.
It's like, hey, listen. Here's the deal. If you're a craft and you have to steal someone's card, then you get the benefits of using it.
Yeah. Don't even get me started on the zip code thing, because you can screw that up.
It
might be your
wife's
wife's card. I mean,
I've screwed it before, like, and all of a sudden they're like, card declined.
Right.
I'm like, what?
Oh,
It's
yeah.
cold
Really?
up.
Really?
Really?
Nate in Dorchester says, Bill, it truly is the man of the people.
that was
Bill. Nate in
that's
Dorchester.
why I love Bugaboo Tuesday.
the
God, that was incredible. We've
Things
all
that-
been there.
Things that bother me.
That is bothersome.
Do you remember back when you
Skip.
You're just so cold, and the wind is just. Remember when it was 30 below zero?
Yeah.
And you had to and you let it go all the way down. Like, okay, I have to get
do
gas.
it.
I got to do it.
Gotta do it.
And then every time you get it, it's 19 things before the gas actually gets into your pump.
Yeah, and you're saying things to yourself while you're pumping.
Oh,
God, this is ungodly.
cussing to
bad. This is
yourself.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, this is
Cussing
what am I doing here?
a lot of
Why am
profanity.
I here? Yeah.
Remember back in our day, Jake, you would get out, and then when you pulled it out, you just flipped the thing over.
That was it.
Like, you flipped. That was it.
There's
you
nobody
just
talking.
flipped it. No one talking. There was no car. You just flipped
There's
it over.
there's no weird
There's
choices.
one in Crofton that still has it. It's just, flip it and you're good to go.
Also, the best part about it too was, Jake, when me and Steve started getting gas, you just pulled up, filled up your tank, and then went in.
Yeah,
or if you
hey.
wanted $10, just went in. Hey, what'd you have? I had $10. I had 20. Whatever it was.
Yeah.
There was no
Honor
prepay. There was no
system,
card. No nothing. You just filled up and left. I can remember one time me and Chris Buchholz were driving around, and Lisa Reimers is following us around.
Good looking.
With that, Lisa was sharp. Yeah,
Sorry, yeah,
redhead.
yeah.
And
Oh,
she was
I
from
see.
our class, and she's kind of honking at us. We're like, what does she want? Finally, she pulls us over because she was working. She goes, "Hey, idiots! You didn't pay for your gas."
Oh, no.
We just
she chased you down.
yeah, she did chase us down. We just filled up his car, and we're driving around and thinking of it. I was like, what would she be wanting?
Hey, idiot.
Hey, idiots! You didn't pay for your gas. So then you know what we did? We went and paid for our gas
because
Wasn't
you're
a big deal.
proper people,
It
that's
wasn't like,
why.
well, and
You didn't have to use your car.
so she didn't haul us down there. She goes, just pay for your gas. So we about 15 minutes later, we went down. Oh, sorry about that. Paid for your gas.
That is
Better times.
Bill's
Way
Thrills,
better
sponsored by Dirk, Scott, and Ty at Mid Plains Advisors. By the way, episode 24 in podcast form, sponsored by Acres, out tomorrow. We can listen to the brief broadcast 2 to 3 p.m. on Sundays, but download anywhere, Apple, Spotify, anywhere you get your podcast. Bill's Thrills, episode 24. Tomorrow, top of the hour.
Skip.
Next on Early Break on the Ticket.
Them's fighting words.
There's the flip. See the
So
flip?
this is Thursday fighting words?
Them's
Wednesday.
fighting words.
Yeah.
And it's Wednesday.
Them's fighting words.
Oh,
It's Wednesday.
Thursday is cool parenting tips.
Right.
We'll try
Today's
to stick.
Wednesday.
Today's Wednesday.
Today. Okay, don't look at me like that,
Calendar
Josh.
is hard, Bill.
Josh.
It's hard.
Calendar's hard.
Josh looks at me like I'm crazy half the time. Go ahead.
Them's fighting words. That's not my job.
Oh, this is a good one.
That's fighting words, right? That's not my job. If you want to be known as an arrogant clown, just say that. That's not my job. The ability to pitch in. Are you above helping? Are you above that? Does your title put you above being that person? It's not my job. Nothing screams dude status or dudette status larger than pitching in.
Pitching in.
Nothing. When you see it, you know it. And we've all seen it. We could tell stories of each one of us, or we've done things. That's not what we're going to do today.
No.
Not what it's about.
Not patting our backs.
So there's two stories I want to hit on
I've
with
done
this.
the other way.
One was I'm reading a story about John Candy, R.I.P.
R.I.P.
Is that he was the star of whatever movie he was working on at the time, and all of a sudden this guy, he's walking in to go get to makeup and stuff, and they're moving all kinds of equipment on the stage and stuff. Some guy didn't know who he was, so he's like, some guys asked him, "Hey, can you pitch in here, help out a little bit, haul these things over?" So he starts doing it. John Candy's hauling these giant boxes over, and
The big man.
and the guy's like, the producer, the producer's like going, "Hey, you got to get in makeup. We're rolling." He goes, "I will." Once I finish moving the stuff with these guys, the guy had no idea
That
it's
is
him.
beautiful.
And John Candy,
Oh my God.
jumped up. And so I told you I was gonna
That-
circle back to this.
Thank you.
Stu Bauer. What does Stu run? What does
Bauer Underground, Bauer
Underground.
Infrastructure.
So Stu, just so you know, he built this from the ground up. He has 360 employees. He's in every construction site in like a 5-state region. 360 employees. We're talking about stuff. I reached out to him about a project at the cabin, like who I could call to maybe could do this. And he calls me Saturday, texts me, goes, "Hey, how about if I just do it? I'll work on it." He goes, "Well," I go, "we're up here right now, but you don't have to do this, whatever." We'll drive up. So we drive up.
You're kidding me.
And we're trying to put a 2-inch pipe down into the ground 25 feet, right, in sections. And there's this power hammer you have to run. Stu brings all the equipment. He grabs this. It's like a jackhammer. All of a sudden, it's right by his head, and he's the one running it.
Stu Bauer.
The man
Stu
who
is
runs the
the
operation.
guy,
Stu
the
Bauer.
president of the company. He didn't say, "Hey, I got the stuff here. It's not my job. This is your job
did it.
now." It was incredible. He runs a major construction company, underground drilling company, and he took it over.
This is amazing.
Yeah. Bill
It's not
called
my
me about
job.
this too.
It's not my job.
Stu Bauer.
Stepped in. John Candy stepped in. Think of the people right now. It's hard to, on the spot. Just think of the people you have seen in a position that have stepped in when you're going like, "I can't believe that person's doing that."
God.
That is so unique.
It's not
that
my
they're-
job.
It's not my job.
Yeah.
Oh man, you
We've
wanna-
all
again.
heard it. We've all
you
heard
wanna-
that.
Do you not want to fight that person? Someone walking by, kind of getting out of the way, like, "That's not my job to help you. It's not my job to be able to do that." Yeah,
Them's fighting words. That's
Them's fighting
very accurate
words.
there.
You
But-
hear that sometimes
Oh, and
too.
I
It's
saw-
not my job.
Bill calls me on Saturdays. Like, "Hey, Stu Bauer." He's like, "The Stu Bauer?" He's like, "Yes, the Stu Bauer drove up
He's at our
to
cabin.
help
He
at the
drove an hour.
cabin."
He drove an hour and a half to help drive a pipe down in the ground,
In your
25
cabin.
feet at the cabin. Yeah, with Rowdy, will be an incredible football player here at Nebraska.
He was with his son.
With his son, Rowdy.
Who's going to UNL? Walk on.
Yeah, it's going to be an incredible player. He'll be a starter there for sure.
He's a hard
Rowdy
worker.
will be a starter. But
This is inspirational to me. Don't say those words.
that's not my job. Ever say that? I get it when, especially on the spur of the moment. That's when you look like a complete clown. If you say
maybe
that
just
to
say
somebody,
something else.
just say something else. Just say something like, "Yeah, I've got COVID. I can't do that," or something. But just don't say that's not my job. I mean, I love when people pitch in.
It's-
Right. Pitching.
We have some response,
Okay.
as you would expect, on
Yeah.
the text line from Bill Thrills. Them is fighting words today. That's
Them's
not my
fighting
job. Earthquake Glue says, as a manager, nothing pisses me off more than when someone says, "That's not my job."
It's everyone's job. If you're especially if you're a manager, that is your job to do something. I get when you're sitting in a meeting and you say, "Hey, listen," all of a sudden it's like, "Hey, we're going to put in all new fiber optics." Bill, what do you think? You help? I'm like, I don't know if I can do
Had to
much.
guide
I'm
me
not
through
very
that
good,
one.
but
I can try.
I'll try. Whatever. I
Walk
get
me
that
through
part.
it.
But when
This is good.
but when it happens, spur of the moment, right in front of you, and you go with it,
yeah.
that's not my
No,
job.
don't do that. Don't do that. Just don't do it.
Ben says, I got a couple coworkers that say that from time to time, and I couldn't think less of them.
Say something else.
Yeah.
Don't say
Don't
that.
say that. And when you think
Say something
you
else.
think you're above that of anything, no chance.
Or below. I mean, if you think you're below
Oh.
it, just say, "I'll give it a whirl."
There we go.
I'll
Yeah,
give
you're
that
trying.
a whirl.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like Bill doing
Yeah,
fiber optics.
if you're below, hey, Bill, can you help? Hey, they're putting up new stoplights and stuff. We want you to run the timing of them down O Street. All right, Let's give it a shot.
Yeah, let's
just
give
look
that
at
a
it.
whirl.
Let's give it a
Bill
whirl.
over there.
I like that. Let's give it a
Yeah,
whirl.
Let's give that a whirl.
Let's
Give
give
it a
that
shot.
a whirl. Anything else in the
Yes,
text line,
we have
Jake?
some more. Too Ripped to Quit says John Candy is now my favorite actor.
I love that
R.I.P. still.
story.
It
I
was-
love that story.
The guy came out, the producer comes out and goes, John, we got a roll here. He goes, I will. Let me finish hauling getting these crates moved. Imagine, can you see him walking in? Hey, big guy, want to give a little hand here?
Yeah.
No problem.
Yeah, no
problem. He's the star of the movie.
In Candy's, you can tell he's a good dude.
Would you
anyway.
not? Would you not
I
have
love
thought that about
story.
him?
Yeah, I love that story.
Gino says, in your job description, it says also duties as assigned is what you are required to do.
Okay, duties as assigned.
Yeah.
So that's on top of that, if you're expected to do it, then do it. Shock Dog says, in the world of coaching, I love this take, Coach. We preach accountability to our players at East High School baseball.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
East High School baseball.
Cool.
Thank you.
Cool. They're playing now.
Yeah. A classic example of would be like that. It's not my job. Would be, East had an incredible run last year in baseball.
They did.
Can you imagine the starting shortstop like that? Hey, grab the ball bag or the bats and balls at that.
Not my job.
Not my job. I don't do
We've
that.
all seen that.
We've all seen it. We've all seen it.
I just hope I haven't done much of that.
It all could fall under.
I'm
could
sure
fall-
I have a
Could
little
fall under
bit.
cool parenting tips too.
Okay,
Hey,
sure.
Hey, teach your kids this. Everything is your job. Pitch in. Anything else, Jake?
Yeah, we have one final one that is kind of the opposite, but you understand when I say this. Tommy says, I loved hearing coworkers say, not my job, because I would make it my job, learn everything I can, and leave them in the dust. At the very least, I got experience out of it.
And job
That
security.
also makes sense.
How
It
about
also
that?
made sense because he looked at him like clowns.
Yes, absolutely.
It's like
He did.
as soon as someone
This
says
is great.
that,
This is great.
as soon as someone says that to you, right away you're just like you're completely
Turn off.
Yeah, completely. I can remember just like I said,
Turn off.
Yeah, it's horrible. It's horrible. Anyway,
That's Bill's
them's
Thrills,
fighting words.
sponsored by Dirk Scott and Ty at Mid Plains Advisors. Them's fighting words on a Wednesday. Good response, Bill. Nice one today. It's that's not my job.
Thank
Why
you
not?
for
It
that.
can't be
That's
your job.
inspirational. Take that with you today, Jake. Take that with you.
I will.
Take that to Memphis with you.
I'll do that too.
It comes up quite often.
It does.
Things are going on.
I've failed in that
They're-
way,
they're-
I'm sure,
they're-
occasionally.
Things come up.
Don't laugh.
Yeah.
All right?
I'm not
And don't
laughing.
give any
I just gave
examples.
it a quick.
I think I've
laugh.
failed in that way a few times. Well, that's not my job. I ain't doing that.
Well, it is your job.
I kind of see it.
Back to more of Bill's Thrills Rewrapped. Sponsored by Acres Equipment on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
To shine. Lock in, Steve.
I'm locked.
Okay.
All
All right.
There's the flip. Saw the flip.
I missed it.
It was a
Flip.
good flip.
So we're talking about teachable moments today. Teachable moments in football that also is going to translate. So I'm going to take you back in time.
Please
This
do.
is for coaches. This is Utah versus USC Vegas Bowl, Las Vegas Bowl, in 2001.
I love it.
I'm coaching at Utah
And you're in the Vegas Bowl.
in the Vegas Bowl on Christmas Day. The Sega Bowl
Was it the Sega Bowl, really?
Yeah, that was Yes, that was the game. That was the game at the time. Sega didn't make it very long.
You're playing USC.
Playing USC, Pete Carroll's first year.
Whoa.
Christmas Day. It was awesome. Storyline was great. Oh, it was the whole thing, the fight on and the
Yeah.
whole deal. So anyway, we play and they've got on their roster at the time they have 3 NFL quarterbacks. It's Leinart, Castle, and Carson Palmer. 2 of them won the Heisman. Like that. Troy
Jiminy.
Polamalu is on that team. Off that team there was I think there was 28 NFL players. Anyway, we win the game, Utah, 10-6.
Whoa.
They rushed for 1 yard. They rushed for 1 yard. They had 151. It was a complete ass kicking up front. We just mass kicked ass. We rushed for 238 yards, something like that. They had 1. They rushed for 1 yard. So it was just a complete.
Who was your head coach?
Whooping up front. McBride.
It was McBride at the
Ron McBride at the time. Anyway, what a great night. They stayed at Caesar's Palace. We stayed at the Golden Nugget down in Old Vegas. That's where we got sent to. Mountain West. You're down at the end of the strip, way down there. We couldn't even see the strip. You couldn't even see it. They were USC was rolling
like
down
the
there.
The Old Vegas is fun.
Old
Did you
Vegas.
like the hotel?
I did. I'll be honest with you. If I had my choice, I'd do the Nugget every time.
Really?
I loved it. So anyway, after that, a couple weeks later, I'm in San Diego Marriott recruiting. I run into Nick Holt, who's the linebacker coach for USC. He was like, "Thank you. We learned a lot from this.
Really?
We thought we were pretty cool. And then we found out that we weren't even close to where we needed to be.
Wow.
And so my point on that is,
Thank you.
is that I think that translates over right now to Fred and basketball. I think they saw what the team they had to play on in the first round.
Yeah.
And I think they're like going like, hey, listen, we're really good. We built ourselves into the Big Ten really good. We finished third in the Big Ten. But if we want to advance on to be a Sweet 16 team and that, what do we have to look like and what do we have to be? And I think that's something that comes up when you
100.
You learn so much as a coach. That happens to you every year. You learn so much as a coaching staff. Like okay, what did we just see? It would be no different for in football. Say it was this year, where you said, okay, we were better than these teams. We also realized in football that we're not very far off at all from on the west side. Lose to Iowa, who was the champion. And we had tie game with
Should've
30
beat 'em.
seconds to
Wisconsin.
go.
Up there with Wisconsin.
Should have beat them.
So all those things you have set. But then when you played Michigan,
Shouldn't have beat them.
then you look at it and you say, so when you're out, when you're building your team, that's what you have to look at. And it comes in sections. It doesn't come overnight.
No.
But I just remember that statement from
Very interesting.
from Nick Holt, the coach, being like, hey, we thought we were ready to go for what we thought we had to get to.
Weren't.
And we weren't even close. A Mountain West team lined up with better dudes up front on both sides of the football.
So Fred's maybe having a little bit of that conversation, and it looks like he's going to add 3 or 4 guys.
Yeah, and they'll add some guys, but when that game was over,
3 or 4.
there wasn't a time when you said we just had to play more zone and we'd have been fine. We had to do this more. No, it's like we have to be mass kicks ass. When I looked at that team from A&M, that's what they were.
Yeah. So what do you do if you're Fred? You got to go get a big, right? It looks like they got. You're probably going to get Rink back, but I'm saying a more athletic big.
You need big bodies, obviously.
Rink's not an enforcer.
But
Right.
This isn't like a surprising one. But you're looking at your roster, you're looking at your team, and you say we've got all these good pieces. Now, how do we add to the pieces?
They're going to try.
It's not eliminate. Hey, this guy can't do it. There's
I know
no one
that.
on the Nebraska team that you don't want back.
No,
playing.
you want all those guys back.
But then what do we need? We need more 3-point shooters, or do we need more mass?
I think both. I think you could use a
Guys only
shooter.
shoot 3 guys. Always have to have a shooter. Yes, I agree. But mass is the part that never changes.
No,
some days you
in
just
other
don't
sports.
shoot well.
Right.
And if you're 6'9" and also I
And
know
you can break the backboard.
Yeah.
Imagine if they had Dante on this team
Yeah.
from Oregon.
Yeah.
That guy was a beast.
Yes.
Absolute
No,
beast.
I don't
Also-
know. Yeah,
A&M also they were thick.
they're thick.
They were tall, but they also had some mass. to
Mass.
them. I mean, you watch. Why is North Carolina State where they're at? Mass. They're 290 pounds.
They got a
center.
big
Big boy.
Yeah,
DJ.
That's really good. So anyway, all I'm saying was there's teachable moments, and everyone as coaches we've all been through them. We go backwards and just go, hey guys, we are not fast enough. Hey guys, we don't have enough in the trenches. Hey, we don't have enough of this. And it's like if we ever want to get there, that's what we have to have. If you think that they didn't change, just go back and look at the change of what the offensive linemen were like at Nebraska in the late 80s and what they were like in the 90s when they made their run. They're a mass kicks ass again. And Coach Osborne made adjustments. Remember, he was a drop back throwing quarterback coach.
Ferragamo.
Hum. Those were his
Those guys, yeah.
And then they
Sorely.
and they started playing Tom Sorley, incredible. When they started playing the Oklahomas and that athletic quarterback,
Right.
they started seeing the problem of
Yeah.
every down of 11-on-11 football. Then what happened?
Changed.
Made a change.
Yeah.
Made a change.
Went to the option game.
We went to the option game and let the quarterback be another viable
Yep.
ball carrier.
And you got Turner.
yeah,
Got Turner from
Hill.
Dallas.
Yeah, and that's where everything they turned into the scoring explosion.
Yep.
At that junction.
Gil clicked.
Yeah. So everything is a teachable moment that changes as you evaluate where you were, and then you just look at the others and just go, okay, what are they? I guarantee. Do you think UConn has some size?
Oh,
Yeah.
they got a 7'2" guy.
Klingon.
Yeah.
Klingon. Yeah.
Klingon.
Donovan, he's the
Yeah.
man.
Is it Don Klingon?
It is.
That's
It
a
is.
great name, by the way.
It is.
That's good, Bill. And you're right. Just it's teachable. It's informative. That game for Nebraska. It's informative. You probably got to get a little better athletically. You need a little more athleticism, size and
And
athleticism.
you're on a great path. Like I said,
Yeah, you're fine.
You just finished third in the Big Ten.
Right.
So it's not like one of those where you just go, guys, we have to change everything. No. But just what one or two players can do for you at that time.
Yeah, and it's happening right now. The portal in college basketball opened on Monday. On Monday, not this Monday, last Monday. And they're looking. Fred said they are already dedicated to finding, and he didn't say a number, but if you look at who they're losing and then who they're probably going to lose, you're looking at 3 or 4 new players.
That is Bill's Thrills, sponsored by Dirk, Scott, and Ty at Mid Plains Advisors, Hour 2. Next, an early break in the ticket.
Okay,
right,
we
what do we
got
got?
something. We got bugaboo.
Oh, boy.
We got something that bothers me a lot. We're going to go back in time. And Josh won't get this. Jake may have caught a cusp of it, but I doubt it. Me and Sipple lived it live, and it's exhausting that it's over. The epic elimination of countertop communication. The epic elimination of countertop communication. Better times. When all the household communication was handled by a note left on the countertop.
Oh, God.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
That is how everything
yeah.
was handled. There was that so if I came home in 4th grade to an empty house, real simple. What's going on? Not a problem. There's a note right there on the counter, and you knew where the note would be. It wasn't like, well, I left a note. Where'd you leave it? On the TV. No, you knew it was on the counter. It's not on the TV.
Screen.
It's not. It was on, and you knew
On the bookcase.
and you knew the spot that it
Yeah,
was.
pretty much.
You knew, hey, this is where I'm going to look for the stuff at. This is what's going to happen like that. That's just the way it would be. When I left my house with Duke in 4th grade on my bike to go fishing, what'd you do? Left a note. Just left a note. Real close, real crystal clear.
Going to the lake.
Going to the lake. Going down to the river. Got that. We're going fishing. We have our plan for us. Quick fix. Left a note at that. I used paper towels.
That was
Paper
your
towels
note?
was my note card.
Did
yes.
you really?
I used paper because they're always right there. Whip one off. Boom. And I'd write it on a paper towel. That was where
Interesting.
the paper
I never
towel.
did that.
The paper towel was used a lot in our house just for availability. It was right there. My mom always had paper towels at the ready, and so that's where those notes were
mom.
made to have that for. Also on this one, if you left a note, be home at 10 p.m. whatever, rolled in 11:30, parents would put it in your face like that. Said right here, be home at 10. It's on the note.
I got proof.
It's right here. It's on the note, and that's what was well discussed and went
Ron
over.
doesn't strike me as the type to put it in your face.
No, that was mentioned. It was mentioned. It would be there.
Ron's more subtle.
And the part that gets you is this, is that one day it all ended and you don't know what that day was. There was a day when you never wrote a note again, and all of a sudden you don't even remember when it was.
Yeah, I think you can still
I-
sticky notes.
Yeah, but no, I'm saying
day you
for
got a phone.
communication, because once you got your phone, it was just a
Yeah.
text. Everything was a text
Oh,
message.
yeah.
You don't remember when the day was.
God, it's
all of a
interesting.
sudden, but all communication and anything that was. If someone came home, hey, where's Bill at? I don't know. His note said he went he's over at Brett Wall's house.
Paper towels.
Paper towels right over here. That's what it documents
Paper
everything.
towel. Interesting that you used paper towel.
Wasn't it great? Better times.
Better
Better
times.
times.
Better
Now
times.
it's text. Although I still get them. I mean, this is all. It's always for me. These things. I must be in. I was in trouble a lot, obviously, because it was always trouble for me if I saw it. I was like, oh God, what did I do?
Yeah.
There's a sticky note.
Yeah.
There's an admonishing me for something.
How about the note?
It could be a
also?
wife. It could be my mom. It's usually a woman. And I'm in trouble.
I'm in trouble.
Yeah.
And also, how about sometimes you have the to-do list on there?
Yeah.
So remember that one?
Yeah.
Hey, real
Yeah.
quick here.
Ugh.
Do this when you come home like
Yeah.
that. Make sure
Yeah,
you
mow the lawn by the time Dad gets home.
exactly have
Yeah.
this done. So
You got a half hour.
It was-
Get it done.
Yeah, sticky notes are never usually good. I mean, it just when I see them, I still like, oh God, what's on that? You know, and sometimes it's not bad.
yeah, it's not bad.
There's
But
some
now
money in them.
It's all text messages now.
It's all-
better time. There's no notes anymore.
Not-
Notes don't exist anymore.
Text.
You text the person on what to do.
Yep.
It was fun to get the note when you came home. It was
It
all
was.
right. It was
And
fun
you
to
knew the
have
spot.
the
You
note.
knew this. I am aware of it. I had the spot. It was on the
Did you?
counter. It was indeed on the
Was it
countertop.
usually your mom?
Either on the table or the countertop. There was 2 spots, but I knew that there's only those 2
Was
spots.
it usually
Yeah.
your mom?
Yes.
Yeah, my dad. I don't mind remember my
Dad's
dad
not
doing a lot.
leaving
of
notes.
No, it's more.
No, you
It'd
don't
be
leave
more
notes.
mom. But I left notes all the time
Did you?
when I booked out. You know, wherever I had, and it was always it was a rule kind of leave a note.
Sort
You're
of
liberating.
liberating.
You know what the worst was? I'd wake up in the summertime and there'd be a note on my breakfast spot with my chore list for the day.
Don't
Oh,
like
thanks,
that
Mom.
one. Don't
Thanks.
like that
Yeah, I
one.
can't wait to
Yeah.
do that. Thanks, Mom.
Don't
Yeah.
like that
I was
one.
going to play baseball today, but I guess I'll wait for that. Usually
Usually,
the chores.
Anything from the text line,
Yes.
Jake.
Yes, I do.
I like that one.
Simple's #1 fan. How about that for a text name?
Nice.
Says, my wife and I are both 34 years, and we still use countertop notes. So
Good.
we have not
Nice. Thank
stopped.
you.
Good.
Thank you.
Someone says ours was with a magnet on the fridge. That was the
Yeah.
note spot.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
That
Fridge
work?
magnet.
But you had to know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It
just
was
fun.
also a stunt you would pull if you wanted to get out of something. Be like, I left a note, but then where'd you leave it at? On top of the TV. And like, really? Because that's not where we leave a note
That's
at.
not the spot.
That's not the spot. There's a spot. You don't
That's
just go.
off the TV.
You don't go looking around the house for the note. It's like the note. If it's like, where'd you look? I looked on the counter. That's the spot
Kitchen
for the note.
table or the counter.
Whatever your spot is,
Yeah.
you name the spot.
What else you got there,
Someone says,
Elvis?
Bill, you need to write a book about all these Bill's thrills.
Well,
That's from Big B.
I mean, I think at this point you could.
I don't know. I don't think it's that.
I'd read the book.
I'd read it.
Read it.
Well, yeah. I
Would it all
think
be
people
bugaboos
like
or Bill's thrills in general of all the totality? of
vignettes.
things? Vignettes.
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 Okay.
That's what it would be. Vignettes. It would take a lot. I mean, writing's. I mean, it would take a lot. It'd take you a long time to do it.
Do people remember the note writing, Jake? The
They
people,
do. They do. Yeah, the people are with us. People are with
I
us.
think the
so.
book is a good idea, by the way,
The Bill.
because there's enough of them.
Bill's
Imagine
Thrills,
me
the
as
book.
an author. How do you spell that?
Caveat.
Why, caveat. Why is he using? Bill used like 30 semicolons. I don't think that's really
Yeah,
the
some
right.
edits say there's 75 mistakes.
You'd
in
be
the
my
first
editor.
Page.
I could. I do.
you could
edit.
be- you
I
could.
would write it.
You'd have
Maybe.
a headache. Oh,
I mean,
so many mistakes.
I'd have
Would you
to
be
have
a
some-
ghostwriter? Is that what
Yeah,
it is?
I'd need some money up front.
Yeah, me too.
But anyway,
That's,
that's a good one. That's
yes,
a good
that was
one.
great. I like that. That's Bill's Thrills, sponsored by Dirk, Scott, and Ty at Mid Plains Advisors. Hour 2 next, an early break in the ticket.
Back to more of Bill's Thrills Rewrapped. Sponsored by Acres Equipment on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Yeah, great though. We're doing Bill's Thrills.
We're doing Bill's Thrills.
And it's what's today?
Cool parenting tip
Cool
Thursday.
parenting tips. Do this for your kids. Do it for the youth. Get this done. And I was anti this. I had fought this for some reason. I don't know why. I've switched in the last couple of years, and it really caught on to me. Crane-tastic, Crane Mania, Crane-a-palooza. Get on the crane train. Get your kids out to the Kearney area to look at the migration of the cranes.
Boom.
Is that happening right now?
Oh my! It is. There's 400,000 cranes out there.
Did you see them?
I saw them, and a couple things. One, you can get into public. They have all kinds of blinds. We can go out and get in these blinds to get close to them, to watch these magnificent birds, and it's really cool to see. I ran. And I'm in the elevator with this guy, and he's got his gear on. He's got his binoculars, all this stuff, and I'm like, what do you got going on?
So you were out there.
I was out, he looks at me, he goes, "What do you mean? What's going on?" Crane migration. I spend 2 weeks out here every year.
Where's he from?
People, I didn't even get where he's from. Then
okay.
Things kind of moved on.
Okay.
But I'm just telling you that what it does
Crane
for
migration.
People come from probably every state. I'm not making that up.
No, he's not.
There's people from every place in the country. They're around the world. People come to Kearney area for the crane migration.
You went out in one of those.
I was not out in one, but I guess who's going? Moose, the director of the National Guard, who runs the National Guard. You know why? Because he runs the National Guard. So we got him and Landry get to go.
They get to go.
They get to go and sit out there with Tina. Yes, the three of them go out there. But I mean,
That'll be
I'm
fun.
just telling you right now, get on the crane train.
Cranes.
I
Get your
can't say I've
kids
ever
out
done
there.
it before, but I'd like to. I'm interested. I've never done it before.
Why could we not do a live remote from a blind watching the crane migration? It'd be incredible. It'd be fun.
I think we could.
do that.
Could we do
What's
that?
what's the
Imagine-
period of time here? How long does this go
That
for?
that I
2 weeks,
don't
you
know,
said? Okay.
but it's been going for a long time, and they're still. And when you see how they're hovering and going, it's remarkable. It is absolutely remarkable. So, and I was always kind of like, I was the same way. I was the same way when I lived in Flagstaff. It's like 45 miles away is the Grand Canyon. Yeah, whatever. Wasn't planning on going. Mom came out, drove the Grand Canyon. I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
And I almost too cooled it. I almost too cooled it. Now
Grand Canyon.
So I was too cool in the Crane Mania.
Yeah, it can be that way.
And all of a sudden it's like, well, yeah, it's just down the road like that. Whatever. No big
be
whoop.
that
It's
way.
a big whoop. Get
Yeah,
your kids, get out to Crane Mania.
Good idea. Hey, now you saw Evil jump the Grand Canyon.
What's
though,
that?
right?
Oh, yeah, that was big. In a rocket. in a rocket ship.
Jake, it was Evel Knievel.
Evel Knievel jumped the Grand Canyon
you
in the
remember
70s.
that.
Oh, yeah. About 1980 would it have been? About
Yeah, he was on TV, though. It's
You
not
didn't
like
wanna
seeing
go
it
see
live.
where
It was on
happened?
ABC.
Yeah.
It was on ABC
He
Live.
didn't do it successfully.
No, it didn't go well.
No,
it didn't
Jake,
go
it
well.
was bad.
That's not near as exciting when it was going to jump like 20 buses and he made the.
It's not. You're right.
It wasn't.
It was interesting because the build-up to it was gargantuan, but I always thought the same. God, we think alike a lot of things. I thought it was way cooler when he was just jumping cars.
Yeah, just jumping cars, jumping
trucks.
trains, trucks, whatever.
Yeah.
That was way better. Did he jump the Caesars waterfall?
Jump
I
the
think?
Caesar's waterfall.
Caesar
Absolutely,
waterfall.
you remember that, Jake? Those were big moments in
When
America.
it was
they
on-
were big
it
moments
was-
in America.
It was.
Big moments in America.
What's going to happen? There's two things. Evel Knievel's going to jump 18 buses, and the Globetrotters are going to be on.
Huge.
It is like, well, that was your day.
Or a Muhammad Ali fight on
Yeah,
ABC
on ABC
on Saturday.
On Saturday, yeah, an Ali
Better.
fight.
Better.
Times. And I bet you know what? I'll bet you at that right now. I fight with him. I bet you Evel and Muhammad Ali would like to see the cranes. They would.
I bet they would.
I bet they would. They'd like going. I'd do that.
Yeah, they
Get
would.
your kids out
They
there.
would do it
Is there any feedback from the text line
on the crane.
on the
watchers.
Crane Mania?
We have some. It's interesting response here.
Okay.
Robert Duck says, cranes are good eating. You can hunt them in every state but Nebraska.
Yeah, they're the ribeye of the sky.
Are they really?
They're the ribeye of the sky.
Are they
Oh, yeah, they're
really?
tremendous. If it's ours like a duck, a goose, whatever you want to shoot, cranes are the best.
Ribeye of the sky.
It's the ribeye of the sky.
But you can't shoot them.
No.
No, don't go out there with a gun.
They come in, us three. Bam, 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 bam. Got three. What'd you get, Sip?
Got the ribeye.
I got the ribeye. Hey,
We
guys.
haven't denied.
Hey guys,
Ribeye.
you can't do that. The federal game warden will be here in a minute.
Fire!
Come on,
Let's get the hell out of here.
get the hell out of here. Someone grab the cranes. Bam, 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 bam.
Newt is here.
Canute.
Has a thought on Evel Knievel.
Yes.
He says the Caesars jump did not go well.
It didn't.
It didn't.
I don't remember that.
But he was still on a motorcycle, so I still give it fandom for me.
Jake, the world stopped on its axis.
It
When
did.
Evil jumped
Okay.
off.
Yeah.
The best part, and then he would go all the way up to the top of the ramp and stop. Remember that? Look it over, then boom, back down.
And he'd do those runs too, where he just go ripping by.
Right, rip it by because you didn't know which one was real.
No.
You're going like, is this it? Is this it? Yeah, no.
No.
Oh, you're like, okay, here we go.
Jake, I wish you could have seen it.
I wish. Also.
Anything else in the
we
text
do
line?
have one story, a quick one, and then we'll move on.
Okay.
James in Lincoln has a crane story. He says,
James.
Here's my favorite crane migration story. When I was in college, my future wife, who I was not dating, and I took a bunch of international students to her house in Aurora. We left UNL on a whim after hanging out at like 10:30 at night so we could spend the night and then the next day go out and see the cranes. Hopefully an experience those international students will never forget.
See, that's
James and Lincoln.
that's you know what that is? Cool parenting.
Yes.
That was the. I know it wasn't
Do
parenting, but it's very much in the same deal. And he got himself a wife out of the deal, right?
Yeah.
How about that?
How about that?
Crane wife. Nice.
Sean in Omaha says, my old boss and his wife drove to see the cranes one year. They got to Grand Island and didn't see any, and they turned around. I told them they had to go about 100 miles
Miles more.
further than where you went.
They
I
just
don't see any
stopped.
cranes. I'm going back.
How do you not really know where they're at? 'Cause it's pretty
Come
easy to
on.
track.
Come on.
And there's 400,000 of them.
I like this tip. I think it's a good idea to take your kids.
Get your kids out there. There's still time.
Go see the
There's
cranes.
still time. I'd like to know. Does anyone know when the migration ends? When the cranes move out of here? Do we get anything on
this
that?
is from David from RenewYourAuto.com.
Oh, awesome.
It says numbers peak the third week of March, which has just happened.
Yep.
Large numbers remain the first week of April. Usually they're gone by April 10th. So get out there.
Get
now.
out there
Don't
right now,
delay.
guys. This weekend you should be getting out there.
So
Crane Mania.
Crane Mania. That's Bill's Thrills, sponsored
good
by
one.
Dirk
I like that
Scott and Ty at Mid Plains Advisors. Call them at 402-730-7387.